AC is probably the best AC on the property. CD player works. You're really probably wondering why this is in the garage when we told you we was going to start on the Blazer. We got another wild hair, but we are starting on the Blazer. We have it in here. We're going to mess with it and this. But we're going to run the Most Wanted Fine Arts class in 10 days. It should be very easy to get done for. But that's going to be some video stripping it out and moving some of the wires, just showing you some of the stuff. May show you the wrong way because I've never messed with one of these. But yesterday we was trying to find some wheels. And today we're going to, well, this video, we're going to be cutting this cage out, shortening it, moving this fuel, taking this out. And then over on this one, we're going to be stripping it. And I'll show you how, I don't know, the way we used to run batteries into mini cars is how I'm going to do this one. So we'll do that, strip it. I need to find some wheels for the front. Thought that was a crack. I need to find some wheels for the front. So the next couple videos is going to be, we're still staying with the Blazer. We're going to drop this cage down, try to get us some seats in it. We're actually probably going to pull some of the seat belts out of this and use for this. And we're going to be preparing this. So that's the next couple videos. I seen where we actually have a video that's close to 1,000 views. It's a derby video, so maybe people are showing more interest in that. That's why we're going to jump on this and do that. We're going to stick with our square body stuff too. We're actually going to build a fuel cell for this. Never done that before. It can't be too hard. I didn't really want to go with a steel one, but now, I don't know. I really don't want to pay to get a stainless one built. I'm just going to try to build it myself. That's what we're going to, if you haven't noticed through the videos, that's what we try to do. Try to do everything we can on our own, build our own stuff. It's cheaper that way, and everything we do is always got to be on a budget because we're not just got money to throw everywhere. But we're going to get going, and we'll get right back with you after we start working on, I guess I don't know what we're going to do first, but we'll figure it out, and we'll get right back with you, start recording it. Yeah, all right. Tried to do a little organizing, got a little bit of that, got some of the floor cleaned up, got the bench where we can see it. We are actually going to try to swap the internals. I got one transmission that's, the case is busted, but one transmission, the internals are bad, and I've never messed with a transmission. I pulled the pump bolts to put a steel bell on, but never went past that. But I'm gonna try it. I don't know, costing so much to get stuff built and all that, and I don't know, take pride in what you do on your own. So I'm gonna try to do it and see if I can. If I can't, then oh well, we'll try it again. But I guess we're gonna start on this. I'm gonna cut these in all 4 spots where we can lift this cage out of here, and we'll just need to shorten the cage a little bit. I'm hoping there's a way we can figure out how to keep that, but that's not 4 inches, so I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna, I don't know if I'll be able to put you on a time lapse or not, but I got a Sawzall, a grinder. I'm gonna try to cut the cage free, pull the tank out of it. I was wondering, this back seat in this minivan, or maybe it's got 2 sections there. Maybe this part got 2 seat belts. We can't stick it back here. Let's grab a tape measure and get a little measurement. I'll be ready for tomorrow, I know that. It's supposed to cool off. It's hot. It looks like a rough estimate is around 45. Let's see what this back equals out to be. Try to go from hump to hump. It is 39, it looks like. So, how does those seats look? I don't know if it'll work or not. That one right there is 29, so we'd have about 5 inches on each side. But I more or less, I want it to sit just about flat on the floor, which that may work. The two younger ones, put it back there, put it flat on the floor, bolt it down. That would give us our estimation on how big the tank could be. I might do that this evening. Bailey's supposed to be over. See what it's all about, trying to get that seat out. We'll save a seat belt. Actually, we may save both of them and do both of them with shoulder belts. I don't know, we might try to shove it with, that's pretty sturdy, with both of them down in there and see how it fits. Might be able to knock the fenders in just a little bit, I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't be high up off there if it's set. We'll get the seats out of that this evening and do some calculation on putting those seats in here. I don't think they would look that bad, honestly, in there. They're leather too, so they can take on the water. We even got some Kenwood, some Pioneers in there. We're gonna be pulling them out, definitely. CD player works on it. I think we're actually going to pull on the track listening to the CD that was in there, old Limp Bizkit. I'm really hoping we can find my GoPro, stick it in the back. So I bet there's some interesting footage on some of them derbies. Because there is times where you get caught up in the moment, and when it's over with, you're like, what was I even doing? But I'll set you up on set you up and record, and I'll try to cut some of this out and see how I can do. The front shouldn't be too bad, the back it's probably going to suck. But we'll put you up here somewhere and get to recording. cutting just a little bit. Don't want to bore you with all of it, so pretty well just trying to cut it off flush right there. And right there, we may have just a little bit on the back side, but I don't want to sit here and bore you with the whole thing, so I'll finish cutting the rest of it and get right back with you. Should have had you all watching this one. cut it and just start spraying everywhere. I guess this, yeah, there's a decent hole up there. Yeah, figured that was kind of interesting. Surprised it didn't freeze up, crack over the winter. Must have just got in there just recently. But figured it'd be something you might want to see. It's everywhere. It was spraying all over me. Be right on back. Alright, it's all cut loose. Just waiting. When Nick gets here, we should be able to pick it up. And we're actually probably just going to set it outside for now because after popping it loose, there's nothing here. So, thought about, how was I thinking? Like taking a Sawzall grinder, cutting it off right through here, cutting all this off where it's flush all the way to the back, and then trim this and put a piece of like 4x4 here for a bumper and use it for the cage to mount to. Because if something actually happened right there, it's just going to push the fender down. So might try to pop all this up, cut that out, cut this off, kind of pull the rear end around and lay a piece of 4x4 across there, mount to that. But then again, we're going to lift it a little bit. So I don't know, but I think we're going to need a different mounting point than that. But now we'll go ahead and pull this tank out of the way, get it out of the way. When we get this cage out, we should be able to see how the seat's going to fit. There's the smell of gas, little drip down there. But we'll get this cage. I'll get that tank out, get the cage off, and then start pulling that seat. And we'll probably get back whenever we start pulling that seat, because this tank is just, I think there's like 2 or 3 bolts from the bottom. Take them off, or nuts maybe, I don't remember. But we're gonna pull it out and might reuse it for something, might not, I don't know. But yeah, the cage is cut loose, but we're in need of some mounting points back here, so we might have to put the lift on it first and then see how it goes. But either way, we'll get right back with you when we start getting into probably the seat. Alright, got the tank out. Everything's clear back here. We're going to start stripping this minivan, pull some seats out of it. It would actually, we might try to use the back seats or the center seats too, I don't know. If the center seats, I don't know what to see. The center seats might fit in the back easier, and then the other ones sit up front. But we'll have to see. We got to get the cage out. How I was just talking about this, I was thinking about it. This front part probably ain't on a whole lot of, I mean, I guess there's a decent amount of structure there, but I don't know how we're going to do it yet, because we're not actually, this is just going to be to cruise. I'm sure we'll slowly update it, and as we do that, we'll update the cage and stuff. It'd be, ideally, if a guy had one of these in 4 or 5 years, he'd have it 4-linked and an LS in it, and or a 4.6. We got all kinds of them laying around. Have a straight axle under the front, or ideally, but I don't know how far we're going to go with it. Right now it's just going to be a river ride, and may go to like Interlake or Turkey Bay, stuff like that, and just cruise around with the kids. So I mean, I guess we don't actually have to have a whole lot of structure for the cage, but I am going to have something. But I mean, it's going to be nothing where we need to do nothing crazy. So I may try to straighten them pads back out, set it back on there, and add some kind of structure to it. But I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do that. What we're going to do, I think, is pull this cage out, and then our next step will be to do the lift. That way we have the body sitting where it needs to be if we do put the cage in different. We'll do the lift and try to figure out how to bumper to work out to match up to all this. But yeah, we're going to get that off. But we're going to try to do some seats to at least get an idea of how they'll fit, see if these will fit. So we are going to start stripping this car, I guess. One of the worst parts about it. Once you get going, it's not too bad, but that's the part of looking at it and seeing all the stuff that's got to come off. But I guess there's no better time than now to start, so we'll start stripping after we get the seats out and the cage removed. We'll probably get back, record some more of us trying to see how the seats are going to fit and show you what that's like and all that. But we'll be right back with you here later on. Alright, Bailey made it over. We got the cage pulled out. Looks a little naked now, but we are jumping over to the seats and stripping this. I think we figured out there's a bolt right there, right there. There's 4 of them across there, and then when you fold the seat up like that one is, there's 4 more on the back side. Still trying to figure out how to get these out, but we will see what we can do with them and get right back with you. Alright, well, the back seat's out. I don't know. There are going to be 2 little kids fit in that. I guess it would work, and then we had a seat up here for 3. But that's going to have to be shortened. Got to be some of that. Either that or we could beat the fenders in. I think there's a 10-inch difference or something. When I measured it earlier, I was thinking there was 10 inches something. But if we did it like this, it gave us plenty of room to store a cooler and a fuel cell. And you always got to have a cooler when you're out riding around. So still need to run to the junkyard and see if they have any of them Samurais down there, see what they got. But as of right now, it's still a toss-up. But we are going to jump over here and continue to strip this van. And I don't know, maybe tomorrow we'll start lifting the body up off of it and try to make some spacers. Should have some round pipe around here somewhere. Thought about taking a slider, because it's bigger around, and just, or not a slider, a dry shaft, and cutting it into pieces. But I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. We're just not sure on this one. We're going to slowly work on it. Get the fuel cell, get all that. But as of right now, we're going to try to strip as much as we can out of this van, and then jump back on this tomorrow. But we'll be right back and show you the progress we made on the van today. Alright, a little update. We made a mess, but we're getting there. We're getting a lot of it stripped. We did find out that there is a heater core back here, but it should be a hard line up under the passenger's door, I think is what Bailey said, and we're going to loop them and we'll avoid all that, so we won't have that problem. There's all kinds of little things you can do, like all the wiring you see back there. We're unplugging basically everything We're going to try to pull all the wiring up this way, roll it up, and have it sitting up here somewhere out of the way. We might, when we pull these out, we might actually set it down in there, because these seats come up out of there, set it down in there. But we're going to keep stripping it away, and we'll get back and let you know how much we got done for the day. I don't think we'll have it completely stripped today. We might get to the back seats, or the front of the back of the front seats. But we'll get right back with you. And we're either going to take some Freon lines here. Are you cutting it? Exactly what we didn't want to do. Alright, well, we thought that was going to be exciting, but it wasn't. But we do have a couple windows out, and the back is pretty well stripped. We're moving all the wire up towards the front now. But we need to get this out of the way so we can do that. But we was wondering whether that was going to be Freon or antifreeze, but I guess it's antifreeze. But we will get back and show you what else we did through the end of the night. Right now we have a ground that was right there. I undid, so it won't run right now. We're going to move it up, re-ground it up there. But it's one of the important things about these cars. If you're going to keep the computer and the injection, fuel injection, all that. If you take something apart, start it, see if it runs, and then put it all back together. And if it doesn't run, put it back together. If not, keep going. Every time you unplug something or you unhook the ground, start it and make sure if it's important or not. But we will get right back with you here in a little bit. Now we think we found some AC lines. Yep, found it. There goes our perfect AC. Alright, well, we are done for the night. We got a lot of it stripped. Got it back running. We did move the ground up there. Might move it again, I don't know. I don't know if I like it there or not. I don't know how much these vans actually give in the doors and all that, but it's probably the end of this video. Next video we'll pick back up on it, but I need to get this edited, whatever, and posted. But we will catch you on the next one. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and we'll have plenty more. Thank you.